What's going on, YouTube? Claic Yuzolt back again with another Final Fantasy Brave Exvius video, and it's a banner review today for the Final Fantasy 15 banner that just came out. Before we get into this video, I do want to mention that the winner of our $50 25k YouTube subscribers was Ignis Farah. Already got him there. It was kind of hard because Ignis isn't from the same country as I was, so we had to work through some things like that to make sure they got the prize. But thank you so much for everybody who entered, and once we get to 30,000, if we do, we're going to be doing another giveaway. So let's go ahead and get into this banner review. We're also going to be talking about some bundles and a couple other things happening in the game too. Final Fantasy 15, this new banner brought us Aranea, Prompto, Core, and Iris back. Iris got a 6-star upgrade. I'm not going to be talking about Core or Iris here. They're just not, I've already talked about them before. Iris' 6-star didn't really change the game too much, so we're going to focus on Aranea and Prompto. So let's click on Aranea here. And I apologize about my webcam, guys. I don't know why it's flipping out, but we're just going to have to deal with it. So randomly, it's going to look like I'm freaking out on the screen. I've tried unplugging it, restarting everything. I don't know what's going on. It must be a driver issue, so please stick with me. So we have Aranea here. She is going to be a Dragoon, and she is going to be a 5-star base going up to 6-star. If we look at her spear here, Stas Spear, attack 140, gives her high jump, which is 100% more damage to her jumping abilities. The damage range is a two-handed weapon, so damage range is 1 times to 1.6 times, so that's important for wanting to use true double hand and things like that, and gives her a little bit of accuracy. Pretty good TMR for Dragoon users. The jump, the 100% the jump is excellent. The 140 attack is awesome too, plus it's got the true double hand you know, weapon variants there, which is awesome. Moving on down, we can look at her equipment here. Not too much really to worry about. She's going to be putting a spear on more than likely. She probably has a spear mastery, so we'll look into that. Plus, that high jump on the spear is going to make all of her abilities do more damage. And then she can put on helms, light armor, and then heavy armor if you need to. But again, her build is going to be more centered around trying to get as much true double hand built up on her, because she is going to be a finisher. Because the first thing I'm going to look at here, she doesn't have that many abilities, is again, when I look over a unit, I immediately go to these hits right here, and I start to look at if they have a chaining move, and she doesn't. You can see there's 3 here, that's not enough, and then 1, 1, 1, 1. So she's going to be a finisher. She's going to be coming in to finish. The problem with her being a finisher is that she's a Dragoon finisher. So you can't really finish with her, right? Because we can't pick when the jump comes down. It just comes down between turns. So more than likely, let's look at her her limit burst right here. So she is a 12. Okay, she can finish with her limit burst, high wind. Physical damage 6 times once maxed out. Ignore defense 50%. We just times it by 2. 12 times the multiplier, and you get to pick when that happens. It's not a jump ability. So that's what you're going to finish with her if you're going to be finishing. It's going to be a limit burst unit until we get to the point to where we can click when we want our jumps to come down. So if you're going to finish with her, you're going to have to use high wind, which is pretty cool that is the name of her limit burst. Anyway, let's look at her abilities. Physical damage 4 times to 1 enemy, nothing special there. Not too high of a multiplier, and it hits 3 times. Physical damage 2 times to 1 enemy. Remove all status effects from 1 enemy. Awesome. So that's a little bit of a toolkit there. She can help with dispelling. Brandish. She has an AOE move that's 2 times to all. And then I looked over these abilities that are pretty cool. They all do 5.5 times damage, so these are all going to do the same amount of damage. Not the highest multiplier, but again, not the lowest. And I do want you guys to remember they did fix Dragoons to where killers and elements do apply on them. However, what was I trying to say? However, they haven't done the thing where you can click down and they jump down when you want them to. So they are stronger, but they're still not as strong as they could be. Recover MP 150 to caster, recover HP 3000 to caster, then go in there and do that damage. So similar to Noctis, can jump up, heal her MP, heal her HP, and then that's good to go. She can increase her limit burst gauge, which is awesome. That's probably the move you're going to be spamming a lot to try to get that limit burst up. What were the crystals on that? 20. Okay. That's, I don't know, I think it's mid-tier, right? That's not too bad, but it's not the greatest either. If it was at 16, I'd have been happy about it. And then physical damage 1 times with delay to all enemies. Excuse me, guys, sorry about that. And then she does the 1 damage with the jump delay there. So there is an AoE swooping blade she can do. She can do AoE to everybody, and then she does the physical damage 5.5 times. So she hits twice with that. Looking at her MP, this move only costs 32, which isn't too bad. 45 is about average for a big hitting move. That 50 is a little up there. I mean, it is only 5 more, but I mean, that 5 more does add up. But she does have her own, when she uses this, she does recover 150, so essentially it's negated there anyway. Looking at her passives, we have increased defense 30%. We have chance to evade magic damage taken by 20%, always nice. Auto refresh, yes. Increased physical damage against demons, mechanical, and undead monsters, 75%. That's pretty good. on a big finisher that we're trying to do. Increase jump damage 100%. So remember, this is going to apply to these. So if you have our own, excuse me, guys, sorry about my throat. If we have our own TMR plus this, we're gonna have 200% added to these. They're gonna be doing mad damage. However, again, we can't choose to finish with those. She's gonna be doing her damage on her own, unless you do Kelsa's stuff, which is insane. Ooh, okay. So she has increased attack 100% when single wielding any weapon. So she already has true double hand right there, 100%. So let's see, we have 100% from her. 100% from 2 martial gloves, then 100% from Buster Style. Right there we have the 300%. She has the ability to get to 300%. Chance to counter physical attacks 50% with spear combo. 50, 50, 60, max 1 turn. What's spear combo? What is this 50, 50, 60? I don't even know what that is. I don't see it as... Normally I have a note down here to tell you what spear combo... Oh, is it down here? Polearm combo? Spear combo. I don't know. 50, 50, 60, no idea what that is, but she 50% of the time if she gets hit by a physical attack, she's going to be doing that. Increase attack 50% with group special. You want to put a spear on her and increase HP. So she's a very easy unit. She's a very easy unit to understand. And so I'm going to put her about mid-tier when it comes to finishers. She's not going to be the best. Now, I know that her 7-star is apparently really good, but the reason she's not the best right now, guys, is one, she can't choose when to come down. She's pretty much nuking on her own unless you use her limit burst, which you can take time to get up. It's very good. And 2, she has no way to put any kind of element on herself. She has no imperil. She has no breaks. She really is just there to deal the damage. So if you like Aranea, she's your bae. I know a lot of people really love her from the game. They think she's waifu. Get her. She's going to be able to put the damage out. Again, the build is going to be something like heavy armor with as much attack as you can. I guess you have to put a helm on her, so you're going to have to put whatever. You want to put a lot of attack on her. Use double martial glove. Not double hand, but you want to use her own TM. You want to use the Buster Style, excuse me, and then she's going to be up to 300%, and that's going to be pretty good. So overall, I'll give her like an 8 out of 10. She's not terrible, but she's still not the best either. She's, again, a mid-tier finisher. Nothing too much to be excited about and try to be pulling for. But next up is my boy Prompto. And yes, I love Prompto. I thought he was amazing in the game. I really enjoyed him. Now, I haven't finished Final Fantasy 15. I actually was quite disappointed with that game, the playstyle of it, but that's my own personal. I think people love the game. But anyway, but Prompto I always liked. I watched Brotherhood. You know, I watched all those early animations, and Prompto's my boy, getting in shape and everything, trying to impress Noctis. Pretty cool stuff. He's going to be a chainer, a physical attacker, as you can see here. Trust Mastery is Moonmaker. Increase HP 30%, so there you go. You have an HP 30%. And then increase limit burst gauge fill rate 200% for 3 turns to cast her at the start of battle. And also, this also apply. Also, I'm really good at talking. This, I think, also applies if you come back to life. It'll apply it on you, from what I understand. So I'm gonna click it and see if it says anything like that. Yeah, the secondary effect will only appear if the unit has been revived. So, wait, the secondary effect will only reappear. Only reappear. Okay, I thought it said only appear. I need to learn how to read. So yeah, if you end up dying and coming back to life, it's going to reapply on there. So I think it's a pretty good TMR. Most people think they just don't care for it, but I mean, putting that on Riku, anybody you want to get their limit burst gauge filled up really quick on top of even tanks like Wilhelm and stuff, you want to be using his AoE mitigation limit burst, so HP 30%. I think this is a really solid TMR. Plus, again, guys, I haven't mentioned this, but the raid that we have going on right now, you should be able to farm up these TMR Moogles from the raid. Plus, there's a little bit of spice in that raid. So yeah, very good TMR there. Looking at what he can equip up, he can put on hammers, nice, daggers, hammers, harps, whips, throwing weapons. So if you wanted to build him in a way of using fixed dice, you could, but I don't think that's the route you want to go. And a gun. Let's look at his abilities right now. So I'm going to show you my Prompto, but essentially his best in slot build is Sparky, Precious Hairpin, Goku's Training, Double Martial Gloves, Double Hand, Buster Style, and then for this event you want to put the Machine Killer on him, and then you also want to have the Adventurer 5, which I don't have, but that's what you'd want. Looking over his abilities, we're really only going to be looking at the ones that matter quite a lot. You can decrease dark resist on an enemy. You can decrease wind resist on an enemy, but this is the important one. Where's it at? Decrease light resist. So not only can he imperil on all 3 of those, that if you need him to, but really lightning resist is what he's going to be doing. And guess what Sparky does? It has lightning on it, so it's going to be very good for you. Does 3.6 times. And then, let's see, he does have a break too. Decrease attack and magic by 50%. Increase chance of being targeted by 50%. So that's going to be a little worrisome if you want to do that. You know, that's a little bit scary. Let's look and see what else he has. Decrease defense 40% if you want to just do the 40% without being targeted. And then he has the decreased defense 45% for 3 turns to 1 enemy. He could do that move too. That's going to be a 4 times multiplier. This is a 5 times multiplier, but that's kind of more of a finishing move. You can look here. We have 2 chaining moves we could use. It's either going to be Ballistic, which is a 10 hitter, or we're going to be using, I think, Circular Saw seems like a really good one here, because that's only a 2.2 times multiplier. Circular Saw is a 4.5 times multiplier, which is pretty strong. We'll have lightning on our attack already. We can imperil here, and it's going to hit 8 times. People, I think this can chain with, I've been told this can chain with 9S's TMR, you know, using that whole, the pod chaining. It can pod chain with it from what I understand. Other than that, you're going to want to chain with another Prompto. And the reason Prompto is really good. So the first thing I want to come back, ooh, he can KO 100%. He can revive people 100%. That's awesome. I'm kind of all over the place here because I'm just talking out, and that's how I want these things to be. More just me breathing out information as it comes to me. But he has this ability, W Machinery. Use machinery skills twice in 1 turn. This is a machinery skill. This Circular Blade is a machinery skill. Very, very good here. I think any of these that have this little thing right here are machinery skills. We can test that in a minute. Stop doing that, webcam. But, so what you could do even in the first turn is you could go ahead and use his lightning resist in peril, and then you could go ahead and go into a Circular Saw. And that's really good for chaining. So essentially what I'm trying to get at, guys, here is he can single-wield, use the true double hand to his advantage, then use W Machinery with Circular Saw, and then it's like he's chaining with dual wield because he's using it twice. And this is very important. You can take a Prompto friend that has it built up like that, boom, boom. He literally does the most damage in the game as a chainer right now. Using the build I just told you about, and doing this with that Imperil. He literally can dish out the most damage. He beats 2B, even with 2B using fixed dice. He does the most damage. He is strong. He is strong, guys, and he has all kinds of different things he can go on. Let's look at his passives real quick. Chance of evading physical attacks 20%, good. Chance to counter physical attacks 50% with flash attack, which again I'm not seeing what flash attack is, unless I'm missing where these things are. Maybe they're just not added to the wiki yet. Sadly, maybe it's up here at the top. No, not seeing flash attack. So not sure what flash attack is, guys. But that's not really core to his kit. I mean, it's cool if it happens. 50% is a lot, so that's really awesome. I'd love to see what that is. Increase limit burst gauge by 100%, so he's going to be filling up his limit burst a little bit. 50% attack when equipped with a gun is good. And then again, he has that skill that allows him to have true double hand builds, and then use pretty much cheat and do dual wield chaining. Trigger happy. Physical damage 8 times to all enemies. That's pretty good. Inflict 2 random status elements. So a pretty nice 15 hit limit burst. So not bad. You can chain it up, finish it with whatever your finisher is. It's doing 8 times all enemies. That's a pretty strong up there one. And it's going to put some status elements on it. So overall, I think Prompto, we knew Prompto would be better in global than JP. So in JP, he was kind of ranked a little low. We knew he'd be better in global due to the whole Sparky, the gun. We knew when all of us were released, everybody was saying he was going to be nuts in global because of that, and he really is. So guys, overall, I'm going to give Prompto a 9 out of 10. He is literally one of the strongest chainers in the game. He is the strongest chainer if you can get a friend unit that has the same as you, and you build him with that true double hand thing. Plus, he again, like, he could do a lot of good on his own anyway. And he's not as hard to get up there with a lot of damage because he can use things like double hand, which comes from Bart's, and things like that. So he also can heal people. He can break. He can imperil all kinds of different elements. He's pretty good, guys. He's pretty cool. He's pretty sweet. This right here is an awesome thing. So overall, again, a 9 out of 10. Prompto is pretty sweet. So what am I going to give this banner? Should you pull on this banner? I'm going to say no. Overall, the TMRs just aren't, like, game-breaking. The 2 units, Prompto's really good, but you're going to need a Prompto friend, and I've been waiting for a Prompto friend on my list over here, and I haven't seen one yet, and that's been making me sad. Core and Iris aren't the, like, most insane, but remember, you have to weigh that on the fact that you can do this raid and get their TMR Moogles and get their TMRs. Some of them, like Iris's is okay, and then Prompto's is pretty good, and then, you know, if you get, Aranea, you're going to want her TMR anyway. So this is a kind of a skip for everybody, in my opinion. You can skip this. I'm going to tell you guys what I think next week's going to be. I think next week is going to be Final Fantasy 9. It's going to be a King Mog event. It's either going to be Final Fantasy 9 or Final Fantasy 10 coming back with Yuna and Lulu. And I think that's going to be interesting. And then the next week, I'm pretty sure it's going to be CG Fina. One of the things we're noticing, or at least other people notice that it took me a minute to realize, is that we're kind of in a cycle in FFBE. It goes like Raid, King Mog, story event where we go through the Chris and get the Chris, and those are going to be CG units for a while now. And then we have some random thing going on, I think, so that could be like the Valentine's Day, Lunar New Year event, or anything they want to throw in there. So next week is going to be King Mog. Final Fantasy 9 and Final Fantasy 10 should have been released already, at least schedule-wise. or at least they're the ones coming up next. So I think it's going to be Final Fantasy IX with Steiner, Beatrix, and Aiko. And Aiko brings a whole new summoning thing to the game, but I'm going to wait on Yuna. I think I like Yuna better. Obviously, I'm a Final Fantasy X fan. Beatrix is pretty neat. And then Steiner brings the Excalibur version 2, which is stronger Excalibur. So that's going to be neat on that banner. So I'd say for that, and then CG Fiend is insane. So unless you really love Final Fantasy 15, you don't really need him. It's not a King Mog event. You're good to go. So now we're going to cut over, and I'm going to get into the game, and I want to talk about a few things in the game. Alright guys, so we're in the game right here. A couple of things I wanted to show you guys were just Prompto's animations real quick. I think they're amazing. And I'll show you again how I have him built up. I don't have Goken's training class. I just don't have that yet. And this is what I'm working with right here. Just flash that really quick. And then I just want to show you guys. Because Prompto, I think they did an amazing job on his actual animation. So ready to attack, you know, he just sits there. He's ready to go. Moving on to attack. It's pretty sick. And he pulls out the big gun and shoots it, which is awesome. He's ready, you know, and I love this animation right here because it actually shows his back. So it shows, like, his other side of him really closely, and you can see how they did a lot of detail into that. His magic wand, he looks like how, like, he's bowling is what I said when I saw it, like he's throwing a strike or something like that. His limit burst is sweet. He pulls out the guns. He just, I mean, it's just badass. He's just a badass. He's just like, boom! And he shoots off and does a lot of damage there, and I think that's sweet. I'm going to play that again just because it's so, like, that part right there just pumps me up. That is so sick. And then we have his win animation, which he, like, you need to have him in your front line because he's going to be able to, he takes pictures, he takes the pictures of your whole team, which I'm going to play it again because I love how he's like, wait, over here, and then he starts taking a picture, which is awesome, and then dying, and then now he's down. So, just want to show you guys that Prompto stuff. The next thing I want to discuss is the raid. Again, guys, this raid is pretty sweet. Alright, this raid, you're going to be able to summon 4-star tickets. That's right, 4-star tickets are in this raid pool. They're going to be very low chance to get. I think somebody told me they got like 2 or 3 and they summoned 800,000 coins in the JP version, so I don't know if they changed the version here, but they got 2 or 3 4-stars, and I think they got like 40% TMR Moogles. They do have TMR Moogles that apply to everyone in here, so not only do they have TMR Moogles that apply to the Final Fantasy 5th one specifically, you can get TMR Moogles that apply to everybody. So I think somebody said out of 800,000 coins, they got 2 or 3 4-star tickets, and then they got like 30 to 35% TMR Moogles to give to anybody they want, so that's pretty good. So be farming this raid. Be excited. It's a pretty easy raid, which I know some people are like, well, I don't really like that. But, I mean, for grinding, that's pretty sweet. And the next thing and final thing I want to talk about, so that's awesome, are these new bundles that just came out. They're pretty good. Now, this bundle right here is okay. I mean, for $1, you essentially get your daily, you get an extra summon. So for $1, you get your daily summon, an extra summon, you get a 1% trust Moogle. That's really good too. That's good. I'm not going to say it's bad, but it's nothing insane. The two I want to talk about are the early spring premium offer and the early spring special. So we've been getting screwed on bundles in the past, recently, and then they gave us the whole cash money thing, which nobody really wanted to be a part of. Nobody really liked that. But now we have the early spring offer. So we're going to get, for $24.99, the first thing I want to do to see if a bundle's good is I look, oh, it has Lapis in it. 3,000 for 25 bucks. Well, how much can I get that for if I go to my actual shop? So we got to get 25 bucks in here. So we're going to take the $3.99 one, so that's going to give us 500, and then we're going to take the 21. So that's going to give us what, 3,200? So yeah, 3,200 plus again 500. So we'll put like another 100 on there, 600. Gives about 3,800 Lapis, right? So about 3,800 Lapis for 25 bucks. So that's what we're going to go with there. It's a little bit of crazy math. I'm not going to go too in-depth in it, try to like actually analyze out to the nearest decimal on the Lapis. But so we're missing about 800 Lapis here. So we're missing 800 Lapis. Is it made up? Yes. You get 4 4-star guaranteed tickets. You get 6 rare summon tickets. So the 800 Lapis is already there. And then you also get a 5% trust Moogle. This deal is definitely worth it. It's nothing super crazy. You're not getting Omega value, although I think you're getting pretty damn good value here. But it's definitely a step in the right direction. I'm not sure if they had this ready to go or they released it because of everything that happened with the most recent thing going on. They did give us a 10+1 ticket because of all the bugs, so that was pretty cool too. So you guys should check out for that. But this is definitely worth it. Very, very strong bundle. I haven't bought it yet because I need to get it on with my Amazon coins. And then I wish it wasn't limited to 1. And then you have like kind of like this baby version of it, which is still worth it. It's just pretty much half of the other one, I guess, for people who don't want to spend that big. So again, that's a pretty cool bundle too, because it opens up to people who don't want to really be spending $25, but they can spend the $12. So kind of the same value there, and that's pretty good. So overall, Gumi, great job on these bundles. Keep it up. Bring back the Fountain of Lapis though, Gumi. Everybody wants it. Everybody wants us to please bring that, but great job on these bundles. These aren't anything too insane, but these are the kind of bundles I'd like to see monthly in the shop, giving us a little value for our money. So if you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up. Comment down below if you want Final Fantasy IX or Final Fantasy X next week, and then subscribe for future content. I'll catch you guys in the next video.